We've been keeping a secret about our boat.
Top surface here.
I've been dealing with sciatica for over a year. We're on a mission to stop water intrusion in this boat for good. Because what good is a boat if you can't keep the water out of it? Let's get into it. We are Murray, Heather, Eve, and Pearl Genik. In September 2022, we bought this project sailboat. Join us for the journey as we turn this boat into our floating home on the water to hopefully one day sail around the world. We've been keeping a secret about our boat. But today we're going to talk about what that dirty little secret is and how we intend to fix it. So this past winter, even though we had a small amount of snow for Thunder Bay, we had one big storm that took out our hooped shed and basically got rid of our protection from the weather. Now, normally this wouldn't be an issue, except that last summer we took out all the port lights and the hatches for the boat, and our cockpit had never been glassed in. So basically that meant every time it rained inside the boat. Water in a boat isn't typically the end of the world, but as our boat has never been finished, we don't have a bilge pump. I thought possibly we could install a bilge pump as a solution, but I got vetoed on that in favor of closing it from above. Although we did find a little bit of mold in the bow of the boat, fixing it from above will rectify that issue, and then we can do the repair on the interior later. Now, making a 48-foot sailboat watertight is no easy feat. However, I have some good advice from my friend Duca, and well, I'll just let him give you the advice.
Think about little steps, baby steps. Okay. Eventually you finish.
So as not to become overwhelmed, we're going to do it in chunks. So today's video is step 1. So let's get into it. Back when we bought the boat, there was no clear plan for the cockpit, so figuring out the helm position and storage was the first task.
How are you making it watertight? You buying a catch for it?
No, I'm just saying like that compartment.
Because if I make that compartment water, if I take this away...
Like watertight minus the drain, that's what I mean.
How do you make this watertight?
Fiberglass.
But then you need to buy a special hatch that fits into fiberglass that you buy, that has gaskets and seals.
Instead of listening to our planning session, it might be easier if I explain. So basically what we want to do is we want to make a watertight compartment so that we have room in the cockpit for people's feet and a lazarette that goes underneath the feet of whoever's at the helm, as well as have somewhere to put our helm.
Put a drain down there, it's going to drain to the engine compartment.
I can order a lid for that.
You can order anything you want, I know. Yeah, and it's just, what size are you getting? What size are we? I don't know. Like none of this is, it's all customary. And to me...
Yeah, but you can order standard ones. If you know what this is, I can look and see what is on there.
So how big is it going to be? Because I don't want to take up all the space in the cockpit here.
You can get them in various sizes. You can get them 24 by 14. So, like, you can get them in whatever size you want.
24 by 14 fits.
Okay.
So then I'm making that single piece top, and then we cut it out afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. I need 2 pieces cut. And then I just got to reinforce it underneath so that it has some supports. One cross member right below that, so that's carried. Okay. That'll go there, that'll go there. That span, we'll cut out a hole for a hatch. This will tie everything together.
Yeah, we'll cut that hole after the hatch comes in. I'll order it.
Yeah. So
That was a US website, but I can probably get them in Canada too.
yeah, so I think
It's not alerted to the
everything
border.
you need now would be to resin that. We should be okay for weather for a bit.
Okay. Yeah, it's not supposed to rain till like 3.
So we got to resin all those pieces. We got to pull these guys out, resin them.
Okay.
I want to resin the ends of the. So they need a quick
Quick sand, then resin.
scuff, yeah, just to take the corners and shit, loose stuff off. Resin. I want to take the blocking out and resin the ends of them because I cut them to fit. You need shopping to find out where your other winches are going to go because I'm going to have to make plates for those underneath, which will be made out of this too, just like those ones were.
Well, what do you mean shopping?
Well, you have to order 2 inches.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking that...
Because I need to know the size of the base plate so that I could put the supports underneath here.
Okay. Yeah.
You was thinking what?
Well, there's different marine chandleries that have like winches off of
Used boats.
used boats and stuff.
Yeah.
I had thought about those, but I'll look and see because it would also be nice to have an electric winch. So I'll see what they cost. Probably a pretty penny. Good thing we just sold the property, yeah?
I think it's dry enough we could actually fiberglass it.
Okay.
Fiberglass,
That'll stop one hole of water.
Add 2 to there, which is about 1.5 inches. So 3. There's where it should be. So we're drilling this hatch cover here into the boat. I use a down blade because I worry about the top surface fraying up. It's going to get fiberglass. It doesn't really matter, but to make it look a little nicer, make it a little easier, that's what I would do. Tight.
That will get flexed, but for now we'll just put it on there.
Yeah.
Keep the rain out.
Yeah. It seals nice. We'll just check the measurements one more time.
Can you close it? Make sure it closes and locks. Nice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'd be worried for a second.
Yeah.
That looks good. My question is, can you stand on it without it cracking?
Yeah.
It looked pretty well built. And it had good reviews that way.
When the screws go in, it'll stiffen it up. Right now, everything will flex a little bit if I stand on it, but again, it should hold.
God.
Whether
That's actually, that says a lot for that.
Does it?
Yeah, because, I mean, it had good reviews and it said it was strong and robust and all that, but
Yeah.
until you stand on it, how do you know, right?
Yeah.
But that looks pretty good.
That's still 3, that's still 3, that's still 3. So in the boat, still, that's where it's going to sit.
Good.
And it really can't move around because it's tight.
Yeah.
Which means we'll have the most surface area underneath it. So I basically just get you to give it a quick sand, take these frays off the bottom if we can,
Okay.
and then we can epoxy that surface.
Fiberglass it.
In the boat now. Do we want to do that one window there?
Sure. I think it's gonna go up in the middle there, right? Behind that?
Yeah, that was going to go in here wherever we can. I got to go inside.
Which will just be a real awkward when you want to open it.
Yeah, that one probably won't open very often because you're also not going to get a breeze in here.
Or do we... What's behind this? Maybe we put it in the corners and I order another one. I don't know. Like, right here.
All I wanted it for was if I'm laying in bed, I can see if someone's coming into that cabin.
Yeah.
That was the only reason I wanted there.
But just look at how... Just that's supposed to open into the boat, right?
What's supposed to?
That window?
Yeah, they all open into the boat.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, put it there then. My only concern is that it might stick out a little bit farther and interfere with that opening of the thing.
It might, yeah.
Well, it flips around the other way, right?
Oh.
That way?
Yeah, so again, it won't interfere anything. That's all that's sticking out because I'm gonna, again, same thing. This goes on depending on what thickness of your boat.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna trim off whatever's not needed.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
We're gonna make them perfect. Like
Was that done with the other one?
No, some of them were, some of them weren't.
Okay.
When we bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Center wise to the top, right there, 1 3/4. Yep. So that's my line there. This is not my line, it's a little high. So I gotta go a little higher than that. All I want to do
Just drill through.
is put a hole through. And I'm gonna put it through here, which is not center.
Ooh, I can see outside. That's your mess in this cockpit.
Yep, yes.
Oh well. You're bleeding.
Am I?
Typical.
Oh, I am, yeah. It's typical. Yeah.
Anybody who's squeamish, just fast forward about 15 seconds.
So now that I don't have to have my fingers on there, I can match this up with the bolt was at the same spot. Put a second one in, or I'll hold it, and I'll draw. I'll cut. The center's pushed up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So the center's got to come down. Around it looks okay. So if we're crooked, this is the high point, right?
Yeah.
So I want to come down a bit more. I think I got to go deeper with that groove in the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Belt sander maybe?
Huh?
Belt sander for the other part, do you think, or no? Take it down a bit at a
I might
time.
sand it to get it in there, but I can, yeah, I'll grab the belt, my big belt sander at the top surface here.
Okay.
And then I'll have to use the pencil to get into that little guy there. Maybe it'll work.
Okay.
epoxy.
It's like day, I don't know, 458 of trying to fiberglass this cockpit. But anyway, we got to resand it again so that we can adhere the fiberglass.
Yeah. I've cut this piece to go in place already. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, several cuts. So what we gotta do is we gotta weight one side down, fold it back on top of itself. So I'll sit over there, fold it all back on top of itself. You epoxy half of what we're going to. So yeah, basically we're gonna start fiberglassing the cockpit, and yeah, Heather probably will roll it all out. We'll push it back down. We'll squeeze all the gases out, all the air bubbles.
Is that already mixed?
No, it's not mixed yet.
Good.
No, I'm ready to mix it. I was just waiting for you to get back.
Okay.
So we'll mix it up and we'll go from there.
Okay, let's go. And like in Zombieland, when they tell you to always double tap, always double glove. That way when your hands get sticky, you just peel off the top layer.
We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing up tall, we gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners would never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We're gonna take on the world. Yeah, we gotta move. Speaking the truth. Yeah, paying our dues. We making the news. Yeah, we hitting the roof. No, we don't wanna lose. Climbing and shaking the walls. We gotta break all the rules.
Morning all. We're back in the cockpit again. I'm going to be doing the inside of this cabinet. I've sanded it, I've resined it, acetoned it, and now I got to put a little fiberglass matting in the corners just to make them structurally sound, and then we'll do another coat over top of the whole wood surface. So it's going to be really closed and cramped. I'm going to stick a camera in there. I don't know what you'll get to see. It might be pretty dark, but yeah.
We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing up tall, we gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners would never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We're gonna take on the world. Yeah, we gotta move. Speaking the truth. Yeah, paying our dues. We making the news. Yeah, we hitting the roof. No, we don't wanna lose. Climbing and shaking the walls. We gotta break all the rules. We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
So as you can see, I've just wiped down this. Now we're going to put some Bondo fill layers. If you want to take a look at how things are, we got a nice high point here. So that's basically what we're trying to fix. And then I got the back side, we'll do that first. But I've done that, a coat on that side there. So we'll have Heather sanded it down, and now we'll just do a little bit of a quick fill on it.
Take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing up tall, we gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners would never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We're gonna take on the world. Yeah, we gotta move. Speaking the truth. Yeah, paying our dues. We making the news. Yeah, we hitting the roof. No, we don't wanna lose. Climbing and shaking the walls. We gotta break all the rules. We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Hitting the roof. No, we don't wanna lose. Climbing and shaking the walls. We gotta break all the rules. We're gonna take on the world. 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 We're gonna take on the world.
Well, I'll be in the garage if you want to swing by when you're done.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. As you can see, we're going through the first can, and I've done half a cockpit of putty fill. So it's going to take a bit. Now the cockpit has multiple angles.
Now, Bondo seems to take an awful lot of product and an awful lot of time. So this evening, Murray didn't actually finish the cockpit, but that will be in an upcoming episode, probably when we finish the glass of the entire cabin top and the decks. So for those of you that have been following along and noticed that there's a huge gap between when I put out the last video and this most recent video, there's a very good reason for that. If you watched one of my videos, I've been going through some treatment for PTSD. But on top of that, as if that wasn't enough, I've been dealing with sciatica for over a year, and only recently have I found any sort of relief. Oddly enough, the person who ended up giving me any bit of relief was the chiropodist. I think that's how you say it, or chiropodist. And what a weird person to go to as far as my belief in what a chiropodist was. I thought that they literally were just a foot doctor. Apparently, they're more than a foot doctor. They deal with everything from the waist down. So my husband was going there because he deals with some foot issues. And I got called in because I was with him and asked to try to touch my toes. And when I couldn't reach more than a few inches, the chiropodist was like, "You have hip impingement." I've had 2 MRIs. Neither one of them said hip impingement. They both said sciatica. They both said that I had bulging discs, tears in my my spine. We had just chalked it up to an injury from my 37th birthday when I slipped on ice in the IKEA parking lot. So Joe tells me that he can help me, and I'm a little skeptical, but I'm like, you know what? At this point, I am in so much pain, and I have been for so long, and nobody's been able to help me, that I agree to see him for an appointment. We'll see how this goes, right? So I go to my first appointment. Keep in mind that I've been limping for over a year at this point, and so he spends like 30 minutes doing these manipulations where basically he's getting my ankle to move, my knee to move, my hip joint to move. And by the time that I leave there, I'm not limping anymore. Now, of course, I still have pain. So I book another appointment and I go for my second appointment, which ends up being a cancellation spot because I couldn't get in to see him because he's that good. And after my second appointment, I can put on socks. I haven't been able to do that in months. Third appointment, I have my first moments where I don't have pain. Now, then I started moving again, and of course the pain came back, but there was probably a full 30 seconds where I wasn't in pain. I haven't had that, even on painkillers, for over a year. And I don't take painkillers pretty much ever. So the only time that they could settle it down was when they were giving me Toradol, and I don't like to take anything like that. So here we are, waiting for my fourth appointment and hoping that the fourth appointment is going to continue to help this. But if anybody else is dealing with sciatica, I highly recommend going and seeing a podiatrist, chiropodist, whatever you want to call them. In the States, I think it's a podiatrist, and apparently this is more common of a treatment down in the States. In Thunder Bay, where I'm from, nobody else did any of these manipulations. Nobody else could figure it out. Literally, I had been to everybody I could think of, like chiropractor, religiously, sometimes daily. I went to laser, physio. The physiotherapist, in fact, landed me in the hospital. Who else did I go to? Acupuncture, massage, everybody. I hung on the inversion table. I did everything I could to try to get rid of this, and nothing worked until I went to see Joe. And for anybody in Thunder Bay who's got the same issue, you can check him out at Quadrotherapy. He's on Memorial Avenue, and I would bet that you will also have a great experience. So with that said, that's why there's a lot of time in between videos, because I have a really hard time to sit for any length of time. And I also haven't been able to work on the boat at like hardly at all, because I'm either in too much pain, or I'm having a down day, or it's raining, or it's snowing in the winter. But that's why it takes me so long to get videos out. I'm hoping that now that I'm going to be able to get some relief, that videos are going to come out on a more regular, consistent basis. Now, I have been off work for over a year with my mental health and this sciatica, but I'm going to be going back to work fairly soon, I would think, once we kind of get all the accommodations sorted out and figure out the physical aspect of things. But even once I go back to work, I'm hoping to get these videos out maybe twice a month. We're going to keep it conservative, and at minimum, I'm trying to get one out once a month. The plan right now is also to try to attend the Annapolis Boat Show this year. So if you are at the Annapolis Boat Show and you see me and you recognize me, come and say hi. I would love to talk to you. You know, we're probably not going to be at the YouTube booth because we have like 131 subscribers at this point. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. It's totally free. And don't forget to hit the notification bell because that will tell you when we have a new video coming out, because clearly I'm not consistent with that. And if you like our page, that would also, or if you like this video, that would also help, as well as commenting below. We want to hear what you think. Tell us what you think about the videos. Tell us if you have any suggestions for us. As much as everybody else says, make the videos because you love them. Yes, I want to make videos because I enjoy doing it. And I want to share our adventure, but we also want to be able to support our adventure a little bit. You know, boats are expensive. They don't say bring out another 1,000 as an acronym for boat for nothing. And we're building this boat on our own right now. Yes, we have properties and that's how we afford to do this. But, you know, we want to teach them by experiencing the world. We want to show them different cultures, and that costs money. And as much as we may keep some of the properties when we leave, there are risks involved with keeping the properties. And there's also logistics involved, like having a property manager, the departure tax that Canada charges if you have property when you leave, all that kind of stuff. So we haven't really figured out all of that. And basically, YouTube is just our way of sharing our story, as well as trying to, you know, at least make a little bit to contribute to the boat. We also sometimes pay people to help us with the boat, just basically a little bit of an honorarium. It doesn't pay them much, but you know, if somebody's going to do some painting for us or some sanding for us and we can buy them lunch or whatever, those are the things that we like to do. Yeah, we have friends that come and help us out, but you know, we don't want to take advantage of that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if you thought this was crappy content or not, because these videos are for you guys and kind of to remember how we made this boat. But yeah, we want to make them better for you. So leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Have a great day.